poison turn up last night. I think I made the Jews mad. Oh, not the Jews. Those who say they are Jews that are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. Them ones. The poisons coming from my devices was like way up. Yum, yum, yum. Shit. You started it. You, the Jews, you started it. The question is, yeah, what did Hitler know about you people for Hitler to set about deleting you from the face of the earth? I know history records Hitler as though Hitler was this evil person. But as we have grown to realize, we can't really trust those who write history, can we? So, who was Hitler really? What did Hitler know about the Jews, really, to make Hitler want to delete them from the land of the living? That is the question. That is the question. And I am going to put in a petition to the Most High God to get those details because I think that'll be an interesting investigation. A very informative look into the past. Because you know, I have that kind of power. What is the truth about Hitler and the Jews? That is the question. So I'm going to put in a petition to the Most High God, see if I get some permission to get that information. And if God says yes, then we're going to do that reading live. And we're going to find out some of the details about what Hitler's beef was with the Jews. For real, for real. Who was Hitler for real? Was Hitler the one in the wrong, or was Hitler trying to save the world from the evil plans of those who say they are Jews but are not? They're actually of the synagogue of Satan. And the future has recorded their fate. Look at how they got the world. Look at how the Jews. Look at how the Jews got the world right now. Look at the state of the world because of the governance of the Jews, because of the custodianship of the Jews. Look at the result. Let's take a look at the educational system. Let's take a look at the medical system. Let's take a look at the army. Let's take a look at the police force. Let's take a look at the realms of law and order. Let's take a look at the churches. Let's take a look, folks. Woo! This is the result of those who have the power to call the shots in society. What do you see? Do you like what you see? Let's take a look at the economy. Let's take a look at work conditions. Let's take a look at the movie industry. Let's take a look at the music industry. Oh, the handiwork of the Jews. We run society, they say, we call the shot. shots. So that means the state of society rests on the shoulders of the Jews. Well, those who say they are Jews but are not, they're actually of the synagogue of Satan. Yes, we can tell. We can tell. We can tell. We just look at society and we can tell. That is not, society is not the reflection of people who serve God. Yeah, those who call the shots are clearly not people who serve God. And that's why society look how it looks. The system, or more correctly put, the shit stem. So let me finish getting ready for work. Good morning, everybody. I got my new hair. I need a hairband. Me say the job don't turn up. So when I come on here and I talk about the Jews and I'm saying bad stuff, just know I'm not talking about every Jew. I'm not talking about the religion Jews, okay? I'm talking about those who have played a role in the downfall of humanity, the the destruction, the downfall, and the suffering, the degradation of humanity. Okay? And they're happy and proud to say, we call the shots, we call the shots, we run this. Yeah, you can't talk about us, because if you talk about us, we will finish you. You run this. You're proud to say you run this. Look at it. And we need to question ourselves, because for sake of argument, let's say they are actually the people of God. What kind of God tells its people to look after its people and fuck everybody else, when we are all created in the image and likeness of God? What kind of God would tell its people to treat other people in such an inhumane way? Is that the work of God? Is that how you people know God? God belongs to all of us. The real Jews, it has nothing to do with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with religion. It has everything to do with your dedication to God, God's way, glorifying God, being an instrument of God. Those are the real Jews. And they come in all colors. They come from all faiths. Yeah. We come in all colors and we come from all faiths. We are the Jews. We serve God. We represent God. Come what may. To the death of us, we take up our cross and we walk with God. Those are the real Jews, okay? Yeah, that's what a real Jew is. Okay? A representation of God's love and mercy in the earth. Well, God's love, God's mercy, and God's wrath in the earth. Because you can't have one without the other. Yeah. There's a time to show love, there's a time to be merciful, and there's a time to show wrath. Arrgh. Me say the job don't turn up. Anywho, Most High God, please block anybody trying to interfere with this reading. Do step in and deliver your messages to be your children. So, my good fellows and fellowresses, we have one more deck in this series to bring the message from. So let's find out what it is that God want to talk about in this last deck. I'm hearing God wanna talk to those who's wait, which Jews? The real Jews, or those who are of this the Jews who claim say they are Jews but are of the synagogue of Satan? Which one you want to talk to? God want to talk to those who claim say they are Jews that are not, but are actually of the synagogue of Satan. This one's for you, and you, and you, and you. How many of y'all think they're gonna kill me? How many of y'all think they're gonna ostracize me from society? How many of y'all think that they're gonna launch a campaign, an attack campaign against me? They're already doing all that. They're already trying to do all of the above and so much more. Y'all have heard me complain over and over and over and over and over and over. So it's like, what's new? Shit. Same shit, different day. It's just that now I'm firing some shots back. And God is firing some shots back. You know? That's the only difference. They're doing the same shit they were doing before I started talking about them. Because you know, I look at all of them as one. They're all one. Everybody who's trying to fight against me, Ptah, the secret society, the Jews, the Anunnaki, who else? The US government, my so-called friends and family, and the ex-lovers, all of them, they're all working together against me. There's no difference. It's just another day in the neighborhood. Just another day. I've been dealing with this from since 2008, openly anyway. I've been dealing with this all my life, but since 2008, I became aware of the attacks on my life. So since 2008 until now, because as a baby, they stole me as a baby and gave me to a witch. She raised me. So they have been attacking me because you see, Ptah knows my star. Ptah, the Egyptian god Ptah, he knows what I was destined to be. So he's been after me since I was a baby. Like baby Jesus. You know how they were trying to find baby Jesus. Baby Emmanuel. Emmanuel, who is better known as Jesus. His name is Emmanuel. Please and thank you. It's baby Emmanuel. That is his name. I don't know where the title Jesus come from. It just showed up in Matthew. But in Isaiah, when it was, well, the first prophecy, the first time I saw it prophesied, or the first time I'm aware of it being prophesied, is in the Old Testament, in Isaiah. I believe it was Isaiah 8:8. That is confirmation that. Me say the job don't turn up. Me say the job don't turn up. So Isaiah 8. Okay, that's talking about something else, but I swear that somebody Jakai Malachi showed it to me, and it was Malika's father, Malika's sperm donor, and it was Isaiah 8:8. But maybe I'm mistaken. So what we gonna do? We gonna type in and the virgin shall have a child. Let's see. It says the virgin shall be with child. Isaiah 7:14. Okay, so it's Isaiah 7:14. I don't know which version of the Bible this is. It said, therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel. Well, let's put it with an I. Did I see an I when I saw it the first time, or was it an E? Probably an I. I don't remember. Yeah. So it was prophesied in the Old Testament that the virgin will be with child and will give birth to a son and will call him Emmanuel. And all of a sudden, everybody just said Jesus. Where did the Jesus title come from? I don't know. When was it changed? Who changed it and why? Is that another reading? I want to deal with this Hitler Jew situation first. I want to find out what the shenanigans is really going on between Hitler and the Jews. The Jews who claim say they are Jews but are not. They're actually of the synagogue of Satan. I hope that will be my next one. We'll see. Beside the shorts, I'm going to do some shorts for the people so that we can all stay on top of our personal development and our personal growth. But we want to know more about the world around us, you know? So I want to know, was Hitler really a bad guy? Were the Jews really innocent? What did Hitler know that we didn't know? Ah, I got the power. I got the... God has put the power in the palm of my hands. And if you cut off my hands, God will put the power in my head. And I'll just tell everybody, because whether or not I have cards to depict the message that is coming to the nation, okay, the words that come from my mouth will still manifest. And I can say something that God tell me to say, and you can go around and tell everybody, oh, it's a lie, she's crazy, don't believe that. And the future will reveal, oh my God, she was telling the truth. And you can't stop the truth. You cannot stop the truth from coming out no matter how hard you try. I'm telling y'all, this is the new world, okay? And we are setting this new world order, not the Jews, the fake Jews, not the fake Jews, the real Jews. We run this. We run this. The servants of God run this. Because yes, the earth is the devil's playground, but the meek shall inherit the earth. So move over, you naughty boys and naughty girls. We have come to claim our inheritance. So, excuse us as we express the love of God, and equally so, the wrath of God. So Jews, God want to talk to you. Well, not the real Jews, the fake Jews who claim the Jews who run society, down into a ditch. You. The Jews who shut down anybody who say anything negative about them, even though they are vile as fuck. Don't you dare say anything bad about us, although we are the scum of the earth. Duppy know who for frighten. this shows up. We got work romance. Let's see. Okay. So this one I want to show itself over. Oh, there's more. Okay, wait. Okay. What we doing first? This one. Okay. So let's see. Most High, speak to these wicked children of yours. All right, let's see. We got work romance, saboteur, searching, danger, conflict, networking. Interesting. Okay, and then these two fell out. We got overtime and a pay raise. Interesting. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We got a good idea. All right. So that's the underlying issue is a good idea. So a good idea sparked, let's see, work romance saboteur. They're searching for danger and conflict in their networking. And over time, will bring a pay raise. So the work romance saboteur. So so these are the Jews trying to sabotage my work. So they're searching for danger. They're searching for danger. So God is like, what you're looking for, you're gonna find it. Because I am not like the rest of your victims. Okay? When you come at me, you will recognize, as you always have, that I am a different breed of a victim. I am not a regular human being. That's why I'm still here. I know whose I am. That's why I'm still here. So you come up against me, you're coming up against God. That's why God's enemies are my enemies. I already know how it goes. I know how this game goes. I expect you. I expect you to try. But no weapon formed against me shall prosper as usual. Look at my track record. You should ask somebody. You should go do your research before you go invest your money trying to bring conflict and danger to me. Networking. You're looking for people to help you to fuck this bitch up. Blocked. God says, Chanel, go harder. Overtime. I will reward you accordingly. And I'm like, yes, Master. Yes, Master God. Because God says what I'm doing is a good idea. I didn't come here to talk about you. Those of you who watched the first live in this series, you saw me when I picked up all the decks. You saw me when I picked up all the decks. I just do what God tell me to do, and God want to face you right now. God want to address you right now, you fake Jews. You power hungry, greedy Jews. You ungodly Jews. Hey, you Satan helper Jews. Shit, look at what's coming next. Good idea and promotion. God said, I'm gonna push you even further forward if you keep doing this for me. Thank you for being my voice, Chanel. Because I've been trying to reach these motherfuckers through their dreams and through other people, but they don't want to listen. So I'm gonna try you, Chanel. Let's try it one more time. Let's talk to these Jews. These who say that they are Jews but are not. They're actually of the synagogue of Satan. Let's talk to them. I'm gonna try you. Let me use you to talk to them. Let's see how effective this is going to be. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And if it does, you shouldn't rejoice. Because that which the enemy meant for evil, God turn it around for good for those who love and serve the Lord. No weapon that you form against me shall prosper. No. So anyway, yeah, so just so you know, Jews, God is already on the case. God know that you are going to try to sabotage my work. But God says you're looking for danger and you don't even know it. We got conflict in your networking. So the people that you're going to go to try to network with to try and hurt me, they're not even with you. They think you're fucking crazy. There's going to be conflict networking. So the same people that you're going to hire thinking that they're going to help you to sabotage me, they're actually on my side. Do you know how long people been waiting for this? To see you fall. Do you know how long people been waiting to see your power diminish? Because you just been making a mess out of the whole world. Do you know how many people secretly want to see you fall? You're an idiot. Didn't we talk in the beginning about not treating those around you correctly? Who around you have you been who around you who has been doing your handiwork and your footwork have you ever treated with the respect that they deserve for perpetuating your empire, being the strength, being the machine of your empire? You didn't build this empire. It's the people who you send the commands to, who carry out your commands, who built this empire for you. They're the ones who are upholding your empire, Mr. and Mrs. Jew, who say you are Jew, but are not. You're actually of the synagogue of Satan. You didn't do this by yourself. You need them. Yet you have the audacity to not treat them with the respect that their dedication to you and your cause warrant. And you think that finally somebody decides to stand up and say the things that they wish they could say, and do the things that they wish they could do, and endure the hardship that they know you're going to try and send their way. Somebody's willing to walk through that fire and you think that they're going to help you? What I'm doing is also to their benefit. Because with you removed, the right people will take your place. And we will turn this ship around. We will transform this hell that you have created into the heaven that we desire. We don't have a problem with struggle. We don't have a problem with challenges, but you're doing too much. And you think it's funny. And you swear you're God. But God has come back to claim everything that belongs to him. God said, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Give unto God what is God's. And the earth is the Lord's and the fullness therein. Hello? That means nothing belongs to you. Even what belongs to Caesar belongs to God. Do the mathematics. Everybody's talking about the return of God. The return is of God. God has returned. God is here. God has always been here, but there hasn't been anybody really who is manifesting full Godship. God tried, God called a whole bunch of us, and only a few of us ever answer. God been here, trying to express its presence and give its guidance, show us its love. But when God contacts us through our dreams or whatever other means, we ignore God. So finally, the 144,000 are rising. And we give God full authority over our vessel to fulfill its will. That's the difference with us and other God people. We full retard for God. Full retard. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego retard. Yeah. To the death of me. Death before dishonoring God. We full retard. We fully crazy for God. Anything less would be uncivilized. What are you talking about? Anything less, and you win. You, the evil one, win. Because you are vile. Your vileness has no end. So we have to be willing to go to the end. You. And I suffer for a very worthy cause. I suffer for a very worthy cause. So let's do this. It's whatever, 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 whatever. It's whatever, baby. Anywho, God said, yeah, this is a great idea. And your weapons that you're trying to farm is not going to prosper. Duh. Oh my God, I love you. I said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm sorry, guys. You have to let me get out the full retard. I just have to get it out by system, okay? I'm sorry if I'm a bit much. Beauty and the Beast Collective, we are. maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. This one was born with it. This is not Maybelline. This one you're natural. This one you come from. This one you come from my DNA. Arr. Your time up, Jew. You fake Jews. Your time up. Your season finish. Did you hear that? I heard a car say, I was waiting for a bam. Yeah. But that didn't happen. No weapon. Last time I talked about the Jews, I saw this big ass black bug in my bathroom. Formed against me. Yeah. Seriously, woman. Shall prosper. I have to make sure they're all in the right order, you guys. Sorry about this. I made these cards and I accidentally put my initials. When I printed it out, it came out upside down. so this is my little logo. It's SG. And then the words are all upside down and shit. So I have to remember to hold the deck upside down. And that's the right side up for the words. It's crazy. Okay. So let's see what else God want to tell these Jews. These fake Jews, not the real Jews, the fake ones. At this time, I would just like to take the time to thank these awful Jews for the corruption and the mayhem that they have manifested in the earth, because it gives us a reason to problem solve. It gives us a reason to live. We have things to do. So we appreciate your contribution to society, my loves, okay? Know that this is genuine. This is sincere. We appreciate what you have done. And now it's time for you to take a rest until it's your next season. Okay? We, those who wish ourselves and everybody else well, are going to now clean up the mess, undo the madness that you have constructed, you have successfully constructed. So now we have the pleasure of deconstructing it and constructing something else that is more in alignment with God's goodness. Okay? So we appreciate your contribution. Life would be boring without you. Oh, evil one. Yeah. Respect. Life would be business. New business. Yeah, we're about to create the new world. Okay? We're about to undo the old world that you created. Now it's our turn to manifest the kind of world that we want to live in. Okay? So I'm not saying and behaving in a way that's like, I don't have no hatred for you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you actually. Life, like I said, it would be boring without you. But there's only so much support that I can give to you, because at the same time, the madness that you create, it actually hurt people for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? It actually changes a lot of people's fates. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why somebody should be working 3 jobs and still could barely pay their rent, can barely take care of their families. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's time for the people to have some relief. Okay, it's time for the oppressed to be delivered from your hands, basically. Okay, so there's no hatred here. All right, but your time is up, and you're either gonna go freely or you're gonna be kicked the fuck out. Okay, that's what's taking place. So how you leave your seat is entirely up to you, but you're leaving. You see, that is where the fellowship end and the war start. So what this war look like depends completely on you and how you respond to the fact that your season is over. We've had enough of you. And if you don't leave on your own, you will be removed forcibly. Glory to God. So we could do this the easy way or the hard way. So we're about to construct the kind of world that we actually want to live in. And you can happily go into your underground bunkers, you and your other evil friends. I don't know. Do evil people have friends? Can you be friends with someone if you're evil? Because evil is just evil. But then, evil people have the ability to be good, just like good people have the ability to be evil. So, they like who they like, so they're not going to be evil to the people that they like. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So you and your other evil friends can go underground and do what you do for a while. Go practice the dark arts. Go master some shit. We see you in the next round. Jesus Christ with tits. Okay, maybe not. That's kind of a far stretch. I know that was a bit rude. Okay, I can't come close to the Jesus. I apologize, but I heard it on one of my tarot readers' readings, and I thought that's a clever one, because basically we're walking. Because okay, Christian is to be like Christ, right? So I'm like Christ. So I'm like Jesus Christ with tits. Oh, shout out to all the women out there, the real ones. And all the real men too. My apologies, my good sir. This is a takeover. As a matter of fact, it's not even a takeover, it's an inheritance. That's what it is. God is signing over the authority and the deeds from the old owners of the earth to the new owners of the earth. That's what's happening. Y'all believe it? Y'all better open your eyes and recognize this is the time that we've all been waiting for. The new world, bruv, is actually happening. Seriously. That's what's actually taking place. That's why everything is all haywire, because the shit is breaking down so we can build what we want to build next. Why my hair looks so fuck up? I don't like this hairstyle. I want to be cute while I cuss these people. I don't want to look. I don't want to wear my boyish charm, because I look like a girl sometimes and I look like a boy sometimes. Today I want to be a girl. All right, I'll be a lady today. Wait, I want to be a lady today. Today I'm a fucking lady. Yes. Yes. I'm not beast today, I'm beauty, okay? So let's get this other message. God want to talk to those who say they are Jews that are not, the ones who run the society, the ones who have run the society into hell. Let's see. So what are we doing? I forgot to remember. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Is that one of them idiot man who were pretending to be my lover sending me love songs? Eh? You and all can fuck off. Do you see the treasure you threw away? How could you not know? I've been this person for years now. I've been doing I've been kicking ass for years, man. I've been demon slaying for years. And it's now y'all want to see me? Oh, I know the difference. The money's coming closer to me. That's the difference. The money and the power and the fame and shit. But I've always been powerful. What the fuck? I've always been powerful, man. With or without money, bruv, I am powerful. You know who my daddy is? Not this earthly one, the heavenly one. Do you know who my heavenly daddy is, bruv? I am the daughter of the King of Kings. I am the daughter of an emperor. You're a fool. That's why I'm never broke. I don't have a job yet. I'm never broke. Because I am well cared for. I am a trust fund baby. You're an idiot. I am a trust fund baby. I am the heir of the greatest of the greatest. I am one of the heirs. So of course I'm rich. But y'all are looking for like physical money. Don't you know things start in the spirit realm and then they come to the physical realm? You know, y'all aren't very smart criminals. Y'all aren't very smart magicians either. It's like envy. So this one I want to turn over and show itself. Envy. Ah, don't be jelly. God, shit. You have the rights to God's fortune like I do, but you're like these Jews. You behave like these Jews, these godless Jews. So if you behave in a godless way, then you cut yourself out of the inheritance that you would be getting from your father, the emperor, the God of gods. It's not my fault. It's your fault. Shit, God called all of you. But y'all want to be prodigal sons and prodigal daughters and shit. Okay? Y'all think you could do it better. Y'all don't have to listen to your father or mother God. Y'all don't have to listen to Father God. Y'all don't think you have to listen to Mother God. They don't know what they're talking about. You know best, right? Right. So you keep whatever it is that you can accumulate for yourself. I am going to listen to mommy and daddy, and I'm going to get everything that they have, and I'm going to own everything that you have too. It's all mine. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness therein. That means what belong to them belong to me. And you belong to them. So that means, by extension, you belong to me. Because I am the heir. You see how that works? And all I have to pay for it is obedience. Hello. And all I have to pay for it is having bigger faith than my fears. All I have to pay for it is some sufferation. I have to be the target because, God's enemies, they become my enemies. But there's a price to pay in everything. You see, by you not walking this walk, you manifest a future of sufferation. You manifest a future of poverty. You manifest a future of less. So it's better you do the hard work now and then reap the rewards later of abundance, cup full and overflowing, than to have a half cup now, to have an empty cup later. Because you're basically fighting against God, fighting against God's cause, fighting against God's people when you fight against me. So how you think God is going to respond to that? Y'all need to do your mathematics. Y'all are fucking up in school, man. Life is a school. You need to pay attention. Okay. So the subject matter. Okay, we got new clients as the subject matter. So God want to talk to these fake ass Jews that are ruining society. Okay? They like to exalt themselves over people. You're a shitty custodian. I wouldn't be too happy or too proud to say, I did this, But to each their own. So the way that card fell out and just flipped around like that, I'm intrigued to see what it is, but we're going to check to make sure it's meant to be. This way or that way. If you like it, belong this way. Okay, so it is. All right. So it's in the reverse. We got change in the rules. Change in the rules. In the reverse. So what's the rules? The rules of anything is basically the guideline. I don't know how to speak legal jargon, but it's basically a set of principles that something or someone is built and run on. That's what rules are. A set of principles, a set of laws, a set of do's and don'ts that something or someone is run on or operate by. Okay, so changing the rules in the reverse, we're gonna know exactly why it's in the reverse in a moment. So let's see what the underlying issue is. Let's find out the story. Okay, so we got demotion. Let's move this up a bit, make some space. Demotion, congratulations! God is taking the piss. That's what I'm saying. Your season is over, Jews. It's done, okay? I'm not trying to get you out your spot. It's no longer your spot. All right? That's what's happening. It's not your spot anymore. Now you're in our spot. You're the one who is in violation. Okay? Let's read on. So demotion, congratulations, God says. Okay? We got return, good idea. New management. Good God. The earth is now under new management. And if you don't get out of our seat, you will be forcibly removed. It's time for us to return. A change in the rules is not necessary because God's rules can never be changed. The earth was formed and it came with a set of rules and principles and laws. Science itself shows you. And God said, you're not going to come here and change it. I gave you a chance to see what you would do. I gave you the power and I see what you have done. And now it's time for you to stop. And we're putting this place under new management. Okay? We're going to give somebody else a chance to see how they choose to govern the earth. Let's read on. So new management. We got personal drama, new business, over time, prayer works. So we got people, so we pray. Give me that old-time religion, give me that old-time religion, give me that old-time religion is good enough for me. God come back, I'm telling you, God is back. The boss is back. So prayer works. Look, competition. Shit, we gonna pray your ass out the office. How about that? And if we have to use physical force, we open to that too. But we're gonna start by talking. Talking. I know those out in the field, right? Because clearly I'm a communications officer, right? In this grand scheme of things that God is building now, this new management team that God is putting together, I'm clearly in the realm of communications, right? So there are people out there who are actually meant to sit in your seat. So whatever role you play in society, there is God's person out there waiting to take that very seat, to play that very role. So I know they're itching like me. I can imagine their excitement right now. They're like, oh my fucking God. Listen, yeah. Couple days whenever I did that first reading with Marcus Garvey, the destroy the one world government agenda reading, I was in the shower and I made the decision in the shower. Tell me why I was in the shower hearing people in my head like Tarzan. They were all like, woohoo! Like I swear I could see them swinging from tree to tree like they're so happy that I finally decided to throw some punches at these evil people. It's like they've been waiting for me to do that. But like I said, it's not my desire to come here and talk to you government people or use my gifts for you. I only do that when God want me to, and also when you get on my last fucking nerve, because it's like you think that I'm only playing. You think that I'm only saying I have power and I actually don't have any power. So then I have to pray to God, and then God uses me to show you, yeah, she do have power. You know what I'm saying? Because I got God backing me up. So of course I got power. Well, it's not my desire to pay attention to you. You're not my concern. My concern is we the people, okay? That's who I love. That's who I want to cater for. I deal with you on the side. You know, y'all ain't my priority. I deal with you and I want to slap you back for slapping me. Anywho, let's read on. So we're gonna translate, but let's get the cards out. So prayer works. We got competition when it comes to the work romance. You love the position, we want our position too. Shit. God say I got options. God say I used you. Now I want to choose somebody else. Cause you just on the same old, same old. You're boring now. We see what you can do. Okay? It's time for you to go somewhere else. New location. Cause you're being reprimanded. Can I get some gunshot? I don't want to make a stupid sound as a gunshot because sometimes I try to do my gunshot sound and it don't sound right. I want a big gun. I want my gunshot sound to sound terrifying. So until I come up, I have to practice off camera. One of these days, I will tell you how my gunshot sound, okay? But you are being reprimanded, okay? It's over, Jews, fake Jews who have destroyed this world, made so many people unhappy. You who allow children to be kidnapped and raped and trafficked and people to be make a business out of killing other people and selling their organs and we see how you run society. We've seen what you can do. Okay? And there's a lot of room for improvement. So we got reprimand. We got promotion. New manager. Hello. I'm telling you. We're building the new world and God is using some new people to replace those who have no respect for God. Because the meek shall inherit the earth. You have to be humble. You're not humble. And your time is up. Yeah. New manager. Searching new job. See? Those who are meant to replace you, they're already on the hunt for their new spot, bro. Because they hate where they're at right now. Because that's not where they're supposed to be. It's time for their pay raise. It's time for their upgrade. God said, read some more. See? New staff to run the earth. Hello. God is looking for its new staff to run the earth. Who want the job? Who belong there? Who's naturally gifted with an interest and insight into taking these different positions in earth? It's your job. You know it's your job because you were built for it. And you, as well as built for it, you love God and are willing to serve God. It is you. Let's read on. So yeah, new stuff. So we got bad idea. Celebration. Remember, God said demotion and congratulations. So anyway, bad idea, celebration, new position. Interesting. Huh. Networking, conflict resolution, new contract, danger. Ooh, I really need to get that part interpreted. Let's read on. We got faith. Oh, okay. I think I know what God is saying here. Yeah. And they're gonna try and sabotage you. Yeah, we already know that. So we got advertising, envy. Yeah. So when you put your talents on display, they're gonna envy you. Yeah, yeah. And we got pay decrease. It's a decrease in their morals, a decrease in their confidence, because they know we can do the job. We got safety. I'm running out of space. Miracle. Exactly. When it comes to this conflict, and we gonna get new clients. And the new world is up and running, and business is open for business. All right, let's get this story clear now. All right, let's translate the whole underlying story here. So demotion, congratulations. So this is a message to the Jews, right? So there's a change in the rules. Is in the reverse? No, there is no change in the rules. There don't need to be no change in the rules. The standard for governing the earth was already set. Okay? You Jews who claim say you are Jews but are not, you're actually of the synagogue of Satan. You came in and tried to change the rules. Okay? And you created this hell on earth that we live in, right? So the underlying issue here, the subject matter was, what was the subject matter again? New clients, right? We ended there. That's where we started. So the subject matter was all about new clients, business open again. Okay. So this new world has been erected. All the new staff are in their place, and we're here to conduct business with the public, give our goods and services to the public. All right. So let's get the story in order. So the clients would be we the people. How we the people are being cared for. They came in and tried to change the rules. But the rules have already been set. You are your brother's keeper. The greatest of all the commandments is to love. You didn't follow any of those rules. So anyway, okay, we got demotion. Congratulations. So God is happy to get the Jews out. And then we have return. Is a good idea. New management. Whose return? God's return. And the return of people who serve God to power. It's a good idea. New management. Okay. And we have personal drama. New business. So personal. It's not really personal, but it's drama because we are creating the new business world. So it's not personal drama, it's just drama. So new management is going to cause drama because we're doing new business. We're doing business in a different way to those who were running things, okay? But we got overtime, prayer works. So what I'm getting with those two cards is when you pray, be patient. If you find yourself in the drama and you have to pray, be patient. Don't think that God is not hearing you. Don't think that God is not going to answer your prayers. Okay. God knows what we're dealing with. God is the one that's trying to instate us in these new positions so that we could take care of our brethren and sistren of the earth. We are family. We are the earth family. Okay. People with that kind of mindset, God is looking for you. It's your position. Okay. We're not trying to make life so easy that people don't have to work or anything like that. That's not what we're up to. Because people still need a reason to live. But we do need to create some better conditions than what we got going on here. And as much as a man or a woman is willing to put in, that they shall reap. So those who think that everything is free on the earth and we don't need to work for anything, I want to see how they're going to live. That's a conversation for another video. Just know that I'm in support of people working for what they want, because God said, by the sweat of our brow, we shall eat bread. Whether it's you become a planter or whatever, you need to work. If you want to live in a house, the house need to be paid for or at the very least uh kept up. Okay, so I don't know how we gonna construct the new order of accommodation in this new world that we're building, but it's not for the fucking lazy. Okay, so if you think that that's what we gonna create, you are mistaken. Anyway, let's read. So, overtime prayer works. Pray and wait on the Lord. Okay? Just know that God see and God know and God is working it out. There are elements that need to get worked out behind the scenes before God can get to the part where your shenanigans get started. Okay? So we got competition when it comes to our work romance. So you love the position, they love the position too. They the Jews. So I'm talking to the new people who are going to be taking over these spots, and I'm talking to the Jews who are getting their ass out because y'all have fucked up the earth enough. Okay? So there's competition when it comes to this work romance. And God says, yeah, I got options because it's just the same old with these people. They don't want anything to change. And this whole system, the way things are going, it's already played out. That shit is dead. Okay? So it's time for them to leave. New location, reprimand, any promotion. So it's time for them to leave because God is not giving them any more promotions. It's time for a new manager who is searching for a new job because they hate where they're at right now. And what do God do to people who are not living in their purpose? God make you really uncomfortable wherever you're at. So if you're in any situation in your life and the shit is uncomfortable and it just keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, it's an indication to you that that's not where you should be. That's not who you should be with. That's not what you should be doing. That's why it's not getting easier for you. Especially if you know that you're doing your best to create a better environment with whatever it is that's giving you hell in your life. You are not where you're supposed to be. You're not doing what you're supposed to do, or you're not with who you're supposed to be with. That's why it's not getting better. Okay? That's divine guidance for you. So they hate their job. So now they're ready to raise. It says pay raise and new staff. So they're ready to do something that's more meaningful. They're ready for a new position in life that's more meaningful to them. It's like they have skills, they have desires, and wherever they're at, it's like a stunting of their growth. So they're ready to move. That's why they hate their job. It's because they're not meant to be there. They're meant to be taking over from where these Jews are getting kicked out. Okay? So pay raise to the new staff, right? So we got bad idea, celebration, new position. So bad idea celebrating the new position. So it's like when you get this new job, don't get too happy because obviously these people aren't going silently. Okay, there's competition for the spot. So to the new people who are taking over, God says it's a bad idea to celebrate your new position. Okay, because we got networking, conflict resolution regarding the new contract. So these people, these Jews, they're not going to go quietly. They're not going to go peacefully. They're not going to go honorably because they are not honorable people. So expect a fight because you have a new contract. You have the new contract. So expect danger. It's a new contract, danger. Okay? So they're going to make our way difficult. But we are praying men and praying women, so we don't care. We will survive. So we got faith and office politics, saboteur. So faith coming in the middle of danger and office politics, God is like, you can count on that. Okay? Just know that you're going to have a saboteur on your ass, advertising envy. Because they envy you getting their position. They know what that position means. They know the perks that they were getting by being able to sit in a seat where they rule the world. They know what it is. And imagine being in that position for as long as they have and then having to give it up. That's a complete life change for them. Their life is not going to be the same. So, like I said, the old world and the new world. So, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. That's what's happening. And just know that they're not going to go honorably. God said you can have faith in that. There's going to be office politics. So they're going to try their best to sabotage everything that you try to do. So we, the people who are watching, we also have to give you grace. We're going to have to know that there are people who, well, the old people, they're going to be trying to sabotage your position and sabotage your reputation in the eyes of we, the people. So we're going to have to know to sit tight, even when things aren't working out, because there's heavy sabotage elements at play. Because those who used to have the seat, those who used to be in power, they don't want to leave. So if they can't sit in the seat, then at least they're going to try and destroy those who do, starting with their image. You know, go around and tell a lot of lies about you or whatever, or put you in compromising situations, probably drug you and put you in a room with a whole bunch of children, a whole bunch of naked children, and put you naked too and take picture and do video. You know how they play the game, you know? So we're gonna have to, we the people gonna have to be on our P's and Q's so we don't fall for their tricks. Okay? So yeah, so they're gonna be advertising their envy. So they're gonna be doing stuff out loud to show you that they are jealous and they don't care. Okay? Because of their paid decrease. Their life isn't going to be the same, and they're very upset about it. And it's understandable. So God says safety is a miracle, because there's conflict when it comes to the new client. So you see, they're going to try to destroy your image in the eyes of we, the people. So safety is a miracle. And how do you get miracles? By praying. So God said prayer work over time. So sometimes it'll be quick, the results will be quick, and sometimes the result will take some time. But do not hesitate to pray. Prayer is one of your strongest weapons right now. Because God needs to see that you see that you can't do it without God. So God is going to need you to ask for help. So don't just assume that God sees you struggling and God is going to help you, because this is all about humbling us and us recognizing who the master is. God wants its credit. God has come back for its recognition. God has been neglected for too long. Falsely accused for too long. God said, I'm done playing with you. God said, you won't recognize me. And I want to recognize you, recognize me. And I want you to recognize you, recognizing me. So everybody's clear who is the head here. Because everybody want to be a leader. Okay? And there's only one leader, the one who created all this. Because humans have a bad habit of thinking that they are God. It is destructive to us. Because God will leave us up to ourselves so that we can fall flat on our face, so we can see, and everybody around us who we tried to prove to God, to them, that we are God, they can see that we are not God. It's like, if you're so God, if you're so good, how come you couldn't overcome XYZ? So God will deliberately subtract its power and its grace and its mercy and its attention and its assistance from you so you can fall. Because whoever exalt themselves shall be abased. God will deliberately make you have a fall so that people can see you are not God. And people who so believed in you so much so that they idolized you to the point where they wanted to be like you and all that, they will lose all respect for you. Why? Because you not only tried to stand in your glory, you tried to stand in God's glory. That's a spiritual crime. And it's time that we start to recognize the spirit realm. That's where God is. That's where the rules are. That's what's going to either make us or break us. God wants its credit. God wants its position, just like everybody else want their credit and want their position. Why would you assume God is less? Who made boastfulness? God. So who can be more bossy than God? Who have more rights to be bossy than God? Let God boast. Give God its right to boast in its power, in its infinite power, and its infinite existence, or existence, sorry. God has the right to boast these things. Let God have its moment. So, Jews, bye bye, birdie. You are fired. How you gonna hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. So anyway, that's the message. Thank y'all so much for watching. Until next time, yo, I didn't make the rules, okay? I just report the news. Ah.